Alright, so we're back at it again, this time with One Piece chapter 1150. It is actually Friday going on to Saturday almost. It's nighttime, so I'm a little late on the chapter. I think it dropped on TCB sometime early this morning, if I'm not mistaken, but I had to work all day. So we're going to go ahead and get this done and try to get this out. So the chapter is titled Domi Reversi, or Reversi. We're on volume 34 of Yamato's Pilgrimage. We have page 1 and ulti with her now. It says Yasue's sword is laid to rest at Enma's shrine in Hakumai. Pilgrimage complete. Great. Now, what the heck are we going to do from here? I'm curious. Because honestly, typically Oda's cover stories always lead to something crazy happening. And the weirdest thing that we've really done is see Yamato acquire a crew, in a sense, of 2 people, right? And they're interesting ones, being page 1 and ulti, but the circumstances make some sense, I guess. So it's fine. Oda's notes. I went to Glaze Teru's house for a golden week and had my fill in Hakodate maybe? I don't know. It was as delicious as it was fun. Alright, very cool. So the chapter starts, giants running and yelling, the children, the adults have arrived. Thank God they're alright. Bar guy. My daddy was pushed down into the realm of the dead. Bar guy. What a fucking named it. That was great. I try not to swear in these. He just called that guy out. All I know that you do is that you work at the bar. That's great. What? Yasan fell? That mean lady did it. Watch out. Dad. Mama. As we see crackling in the distance. And then it says, she's floating. And I guess that's her crackling in the distance floating. You must have been scared. Let's get you away quick. And then right when he's going to say quick, there's some... I don't know what this is. They can't... It doesn't really look like thorns unless the thorns are invisible. But they're like running up to the kids and the guy gets stabbed. Ioskiawa. Huh? What? It says some... I think one of the little girls. And then Gunko, or whatever it is looking over with her new, like, renegade ass eyes. ... And then it says, this is mayhem. A bunch of, exclamation marks, and everybody around them passes out. All the giants and all the kids. Boom. Conqueror's Hockey turns them into fodder. And then next we see, whoa, says Dorian Bragi and their gang. Oi, they're running up. There's people passing out over here too, and that's Jarl and a couple other giants. So maybe not everybody, just most of the giants. Oh, wow. And then we shift over to Gunko, who's now grown a devil tail, a trident, has demon wings, and long hair, and I can't see her other arm. So, but anyways... I shan't permit a rebellion. Is this all your dream demons amount to, Quillingham? I shan't permit a rebellion. Is this all your dream demons amount to, Quillingham? Wow. So it knows the name of Quillingham by name. That's pretty cool, because I figured Emu, if that's who this is taking over Gunko, would not know... Like, probably wouldn't give a shit about the God's Knight's names, you know? They're pawns. Why give a shit about your pawn's name? Why give it a name, you know? She goes to use her, like, pitchfork. I think I called it a trident. Jesus. Her pitchfork, and she creates one of the big old devil symbols out of the air, and it looks like it creates cannons. It says, boom, shoots, jolts... Not at all, my lord. There are still many nightmare fissures left open. These monsters were born from the nightmares of this island. They are creatures made from dreams with no concept of death. I can revive them at any time. I just need to give the signal. Summers, shepherd those urchins. Summers, shepherd those urchins. I like how she's just telling everybody what to do, like Emu. And they did call it Lord, so I'm guessing that is Emu, who's taking over somebody's body. And they just called herself Moo last chapter for some reason. At once, my lord, huff huff. He's still alive, they say about Shepherd, who's getting up off the ground. The one in the sky, and this is Jinbei talking, the one in the sky is the woman from earlier, right? She's barely recognizable. He's freaking out. He's literally sweating. Robin says, Luffy, or where are Luffy and the others now? Nami says, well, Zoro, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji should be ... And then it cuts to Usopp saying there with Haruhi and his crew, and Brooke saying this is the worst time they could have chosen to go to the realm of the dead. Ugh, says Robin as she's trying to break the thorns. What are you doing, Robin, says Jinbei. I can't just sit here and do nothing. It's unbearable, as she's getting cut up by the thorns, trying to move around. We cut back to the school where Quillingham is, and the library and all that burning. And then Summers we cut back to next, who looks to be, he still has holes and like tears in him, but he's starting to rejuvenate, like heal. And then Eam is saying, it is imperative that we establish a suitable authority, one capable of striking a proper ransom for those adolescents. That's correct, yeah. It's just as you say, my lord. What do you do with a country that has no king? Damn you, Gyabon. That was painful. What, so you just don't heal instantly when you get hit by hockey, maybe? Oh, and then it cuts to Emu now talking to other people. That's crazy. So it's intelligent. I figured it was above all that, but that's crazy. So it's has great intellect because it's calling Blue Ogre Dory, Red Ogre Broggy. I command thee to claim dominion of this island. Henceforth ye shall reign as the kings of Elbaf. Okay, that's funny how you're gonna tell them what to do. I like that. But they're an island. And this looks to be, what is this, Dory? Running up and saying, you're one of those gods' knights? Grabs Emu and says, hey you, all this chaos is your fault. Dory and the rest, oh that's Brocky, yeah. And then he says, Dory and the rest of you guys, run up ahead. You got it, Captain. Be careful, Broggy. I'm taking those kids back. How many of you are there? Listen, Broggy, go and meet with Mountain Beard Jarl. You shall take his head and raise it up high. And she's conjuring a book with demon spells from like a portal while she's doing that. This is wild. The book has a bunch of shit in it. Then proclaim to the people of this island, we are the kings of Elbaf. And as she's saying that, some shit spewing out of the book. Broggy saying, that's crazy talk. This is our homeland. You don't call the shots here. A gun and a knife form. She grabs the knife. She stabs it into his hand. And then she grabs the gun and says, it would be intolerable to leave this matter unsettled. And she shoots a bullet or a beam, essentially, that blows his fucking hand off. Now accept my ungodly power. Ungodly. That's cool considering they call themselves gods. Ah, the captain's arm. Yeah, that arm is blown clean off. What, chief? It can't be. The chief is tough as nails. I won't forgive that woman. Thou shalt cast aside thy lifespan for a body. I'm sorry. This is a lot of text. This is all Emu saying this, or Mu, after the I won't forgive that woman from a random giant. Mu is now casting a spell, has the pentagram star in front of her, and is saying, thou shalt cast aside thy lifespan for a body unyielding to death. Under Mu's dominion, thou shalt be granted unprecedented strength. No longer shalt thou be bound by ransom, nor by common sense. Becoming a demon is truly the pinnacle of existence. Demons are just dropped into One Piece. It's kind of wild. So they're going to get rid of their lifespan for a body that doesn't die, which I'm guessing all the God's Knights are. And under Mu, which I'm assuming is what is lets them take control of them and use the portal and all that and gain some of the powers that they're given. They get strength and powers, but they become demons. Broggy swings a cruel demonic contract, or she says, as he swings at her, a Koyu, forgive me, I'm ignorant, I guess. Koyurl, Koyurl, demonic contract. As there's a big circle opening underneath Bragi. A demon. What is she trying to do now? Says a random giant. Excuse me. I'm really sorry. Bragi goes to pull out his axe as it looks like he's like sinking down into the pentagram, like the circle. And it's him saying, "Dwa, I'm sinking, freaking out, trying to swing his axe." She looks to clap her hands, and it says the kanji reads as Black Dominion Reversion, and she says Domi Reversi or Domi Reversi, whatever the name of the chapter is. So Black Dominion Reversion. And ooh, what the heck? He's like, the ground like flips over with him in it, upside down, so you see his feet. It says, "Whoa, boss, wait." It flips him upside down, and then it flips him, goes to flip him back up, and now he's got some weird teeth, and his eyes are whited out, and we get a from, I think that's Kashi. Oh, yeah, he is big. He is growing back his arm because he's able to use it while it's not attached, and he grew wings, and yeah, new fangs and lifeless eyes and a big old axe. He really turned into a demon. He's even bigger now. He does look bigger. What happened to you, Captain Bragi? His face is scary. Give the chief back. Chief Bragi would never turn on his comrades. And he swings, and I'm going to be honest here. Respectfully to Oda, because I love him. I don't really like this panel. In that this one arm of his looks really odd in dimension, the one that's still attached. And I don't know what the kanji there reads as, but it looks like a bunch of freaking scribbles and then just them all flying, which is fine. It says a warrior's pride. Ga ba 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 ba. I feel like I can do anything. This is exhilarating. Wow, he took out Boss Dory. Oh, did he? Was Dory running up to him there? It didn't look like Dory was in front of him there. Huh? Oh, she's transforming more of them. She transformed Dory too. Yeah. Let's go kill Jarl. Come on, you bastards. Hold on, what are you saying? Chief Dory, you can't take something like that back. We've got to stop these two. What about rescuing the kids? Chiefs. Huh? What, you guys too? As she's just transforming more of them. Is it because they were standing between those two? Maybe. In any case, we've got to go. Yeah, as it cuts to Moo, just looking. And now there's an army of Dory and Bragi and some other giants who have all been transformed into demons. And it says, "This is the true power of Elbaf. This is not without merit. Prepare for battle." I'm guessing this is why the world government, though, wanted to take over. Wow, Dory's got a cool spear. Why they wanted Elbaf, because the giants are just going to be busted with Moo's powers. We're getting down to the bottom of the page. It says, "This nation shall not be laid to waste. This is to be ruled. Let us bear witness to how they serve in the crucible of war. Lord Jarl, you have to run away. Chief Dory and Bragi are acting strange. Run away. Warriors do not know the meaning of the word run." I'd like to see Jarl fight. That's going to be cool. He's going to get cut down. Wild chapter. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give that a solid score. That's at least a 9 out of 10. Actually, I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. That's pretty gnarly. A lot to go over in Moo's powers. It honestly just seems to be broken. We don't really have a real name for it. It seems to just be able to do whatever the fuck it wants. It's God, I guess. So it can do whatever the fuck it wants, I guess. Forgive me for getting the Giants confused. I'm gonna do it again. Bragi, I believe it is, right? Getting his arm blown off like that is wild. Like, just one tap, boom, gone. Absolutely blown up. The form by Moo is really cool. They called themselves Moo at least one more time in this too, so it seems that in its main body, it's called Emu, and when it takes over a host, it's called Moo. The Conqueror's hockey was pretty cool. It blew away a bunch of people. But I would have been a lot more impressed if its Conqueror's hockey literally laid down essentially the entire, like, like almost like I guess whole part of Elbaf that they're on. You know what I mean? I God, I'm asking that like I'm talking to somebody. My bad, guys. Like if that makes any sense, right? Like the whole I can't think of the exact wording, but like the different levels to it. Like if that entire level was kind of knocked out by the Conqueror's hockey, that would be really impressive, like unprecedented feat. And the big guys aren't all there, like Loki and Luffy and Zoro and Sanji. They're all down, and Harudin and the new giant warrior pirates. They're all down in the lower level, right? So it wouldn't have to affect them, or anything in the higher levels that we haven't been to. So that would have been interesting. All the Straw Hats getting knocked out by hockey, though, all the rest of them would have been wild. But yeah. So good chapter. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I am a little worried about the Straw Hats. They're not in a very good situation right now. They don't have much they can do. So we'll see. My hope is they don't end up trying to turn any of them into demons or do anything wild. But considering Robin already has her demonia or whatever form transformation, if somebody, and she's called a demon child, if somebody was going to get turned into a demon, it'd probably be Robin. And that'd probably be the most beneficial for the government, right? And that if she was taken over and that gives Emu dominion over her in some way, then she could make sure that she's never used against them. And that way she can't read the poneglyphs and help the Straw Hats with all that. Now that would be a really wild twist or parallel if something like that happened, and then that's why we Pudding ends up awakening her third eye ability, and then maybe Katakuri is the one who brings that to Luffy, and lets Luffy use her to decipher everything, for them to go and reach Laugh Tale, and then maybe find a way with whatever's going on there to save Robin. God knows. I don't know. That'd be some bananas, not very Oda writing type stuff. I wonder when we're gonna see Vivi again. Because I thought we were gonna end up seeing Vivi before we got to all this. Because Reverie was like during Wano, right? And we even got through Egghead, and now we're in Elbaf, and we still haven't seen her. Like since she was in the sky. So I guess we did hear about her on the way to Egghead, though, right? Hmm. We'll see. Still interested in figuring out what the Louis, I think it's Louis Arnaud, is the guy who it's the quote's from. But who said that like don't stay there too long in Elbaf? I'm curious as to what he mean or meant by that. But we'll see. Anyways, like I said, good chapter for sure. But I'm gonna get out of here. It doesn't seem like we're going back on another break, at least from what I see. Let me check again at the very bottom. I didn't see anything before. No, we should be good. So, about a week, we'll be back for another chapter review. So, hope everybody's had a good week. I hope everybody has a good week to come. Go out, hug somebody, tell your family you love them, spend some time doing what you want, and just have a great time. All right, later.